flicking?
To the white, it's going from green to red. Now it's on red.
Mind me? Oh, we're live too. We good? Yeah, it's a little iffy right now. We are. Read the paper.
Yeah.
Are we crooked here?
Maybe that'll block some wind.
We are going.
I think we're all right.
Yeah, we'll make do.
It's gonna have to work. Happy Friday. What's going on? Facebook.
We're gonna change the name of the show.
It'll have to work.
It'll have to work.
That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do.
Yep. And that has a ring to it.
It's got a good ring.
All right. Happy Friday, Facebook. I think we're a little crooked.
Yeah.
There we go.
Get a big time guest on, and this is how we go.
Yeah.
Great location, big guest.
It's not the first time we screwed up something important. Okay.
Last week we're jumping in pools fully closed. This
week,
time we're committed to bringing value, and this is what happens. Everything that can go wrong happens.
That's right.
Welcome to the show,
Joey.
We're used to it. No
It's
worries.
a little bit different than the 251 Agent 251 podcast. So, happy Friday. We're so glad you're joining in with us, all one or two of you, at the current moment.
Loading up.
Yep, that's exactly right. I think it's your mom.
Probably is my mom.
Hi, Kathy. All right.
Huge fan of the show.
Huge fan of the show.
That's a 1-star review by accident.
All right, today I want to introduce a friend to you, Joey Murray. He is our, did I say Murray right?
You said it perfect.
Murray. Murray. It's a little bit different.
It gets brutalized on
Does
a regular
it?
basis. So
Murray?
Yeah,
Murray?
I get everything under the sun. So
All right. Well, I'm Todd Hull. I've been called Todd Hill and Todd Hall my entire life. I'm Todd Hull with Jason Will Real Estate.
And I'm Blake Ray, and I've been called everything.
And this is Joey. And Joey knows a lot about investing. Is that correct? Making smart investments?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Finances in general.
Finances, that's kind of his thing. And believe it or not, that Blake and I don't really excel in that area. So we have to lean on a coach. We have to lean on somebody that we trust, and that's Joey. Joey, tell us a little bit about what you do and about your business.
So our company is Wealth Without Wall Street, and as the name kind of tells you, we are a little bit non-traditional in our approach. We believe that people have for a long time entrusted their financial future to Wall Street and kind of given up control and given up access to their money unnecessarily, and that they need to take that control back and make wise decisions that they know about, instead of, we like to call them money babysitters, holding onto their money and potentially even losing it for you. So we have a lot of non-traditional ways of thinking, but they do end up being much more beneficial for our clients.
Oh, well, money babysitters. I didn't really have a whole lot to babysit when I went to Joey, but I knew that I was in my 30s and needed to start making a smart financial plan for the future. That would be the responsible thing to do. And so when I went to Joey, and I went to Wealth Without Wall Street, and I said, I'm a real estate agent, so I believe that real estate is a sound investment. I believe it's something that people are always going to need a place to live, no matter. I had always felt that, Wall Street, there's a lot of people who make money on Wall Street.
It's a great business.
But it also seems to be dictated on one person could say something stupid or do something stupid across the world, and there goes my retirement. We saw that in 2008 and 9 and 10. It's like tanking investments. So I was really interested in doing something different with my money. We're here in Mobile, because Mobile seems to be having a huge turnaround.
Renaissance. It's
A Renaissance. Oh, you mean the hotel?
Well, we're at the hotel, but Mobile kind of is having a renaissance. I was talking to Joey a little bit about it.
That's
where
right.
It's turning around.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it is. It's called Mobile Momentum. You know, the mayor here is doing a great job, and I didn't realize this, but they said last year there were 7,500 business licenses taken out in the city of Mobile.
Wow.
And that's everything. That's
Yeah.
all together. But
Still a lot.
that's still a lot.
Yeah.
And you're seeing people open restaurants. People,
Great restaurants.
in Midtown, they just got a Publix.
Florida Street.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's your sign of success is when you get a Publix. In
Yeah.
town,
That's how we judge it.
But one thing that we're seeing is people come in and buy up a lot of these older homes that were built in the 30s and 40s and 50s and redo them to make a return on their investment. It's not necessarily that they're wanting to live there, but they're going to do it for a flip or a investment property
Right.
to create some passive income.
Yeah, I think Mobile is uniquely kind of set apart. I'm from Birmingham, and there's a lot of great rental opportunity in Birmingham. But when one of my good friends, actually, I was at his investment group last night, Jared Irby. He was speaking in front of a group about his success and his story, and got a chance to meet a number of the different investors in the Mobile area, and there are great deals right under your nose. I mean, I don't know that people locally know how great the ROIs are on some of these rental properties. The barrier of entry, at least, is super low. When you can buy a property in the $25,000 to $35,000, $45,000 range, that's really low. I mean, there's investors across the country that would die for that kind of, low cost of entry, and then to have significant upside on the rentals. That's really unique to this city, and I think that's a gold mine.
Is it true that you really have to have money to make money?
Well, you do, but how you get there is unique. Actually, one of the things we spoke about last night at the investor meeting was how you can even wholesale properties. So someone that may be low on cash, if they can go and identify a property that is a really good opportunity, it's very undervalued, as long as they're networked well, which we talked about that this week too, is networking. As long as they're networked well with other investors, then that person can go ahead and get that property under contract and flip the contract to another investor and make a nice little finder's fee or bird dog fee or whatever you would call it in the meantime. So that's a way. That person had no money invested in the deal. They found a property that was very valuable to another investor that did have the cash, and now they've made $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 just by flipping a contract. So there are opportunities, even if you don't have cash, to take advantage of what you have right here in Mobile.
Yeah,
A lot of different ways out there. And I think that's one thing too, is like I know from my standpoint, there was not an ounce of knowledge that I had, and I think we talked a little bit about the importance of coaching. Todd touched on it. I've talked to you about it. It's just learning these things, and like where should someone look for an ROI? Like if I just went into a neighborhood and said, "Man, look at that! That's a $5,000 house." Like to me, that's like the money pit with Tom Hanks. Like I'm thinking that's going to be a nightmare. I might as well just go and hand someone $5,000 and go, "Oh, great."
that was a lot easier.
Yeah.
A lot less sweat.
But how does one? What numbers should someone look at, or do they vary, or?
What return on investment?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the key thing from what you're just telling me right there is education is king.
Yeah.
There are free resources all on the internet. There are resources like the local real estate investment associations, like what Jared Irby's putting on. We have a number of them in Birmingham. Go and be a part of those things. The worst thing you can do is take massive action in the wrong direction. Okay?
Right.
I mean, massive action is important. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
So I agree. I mean, you have to be educating yourself and getting around people. And you either, education, you're either going to pay for it in the way of making major mistakes, or you can pay for it in the way of sharing a deal with somebody that knows what they're doing. And so I was talking to a young investor last night. He's been doing it about a month or two. And he said, yeah, I'm trying to get out there, trying to get my feet under me. And I said, man, don't be afraid to bring a deal to somebody that knows what they're doing and share the profit on that deal. You're going to learn so much in the process. That's going to be a cheap education.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's number one. But I just interviewed an investor in Birmingham last week, and he said, if someone's going to pay cash for a rental property, they probably expect 7 to 8% return on investment. But if you're going to leverage that with a mortgage, it actually goes up to 15 to 18% ROI, and that's the consistent numbers that they're seeing. And this guy does about 240 transactions a year. So
holy cow.
You said leverage with a mortgage, and that kind of brought me back to where Stephanie and I were, because our entire life goal has been to be debt free. And we've thought that identified you have arrived if you do not have a mortgage on your home. Can you kind of give me some insight, give people some insight of what you've educated me on just a little bit?
Sure. Yeah.
With that may not be the total truth.
Well, I think first off, there are models out there of people who are extremely well off, wealthy, what have you. A lot of them are in the real estate game, right? They are investing in real estate, and if you go and look at their portfolio, they're not all free of mortgages, right? You think of the Donald Trumps and the Grant Cardones and these guys that are highly leveraged in real estate. They utilize a mortgage as a tool to increase their cash-on-cash return. So I think the key thing is, however much cash you have to put into a deal, that goes into that ROI we were talking about. So you figure up your cash flow, whatever the monthly amount you're going to get off of this rental property or this apartment complex or what have you, multiply that times 12 and divide it by how much cash it takes to get into the deal. Well, obviously, the more cash you have to put in, the lower the return's going to be. Mm-hmm. And so there's a reason why these guys have highly leveraged real estate assets, because their ROI is going through the roof. So they use it as a tool. Not only is it a tax write-off in many cases, these are tools that the wealthy use to become even more wealthy. And I think we've been kind of, I don't want to say duped, but we've been educated to think that all debt is bad, and in the meantime, the wealthy are using it to their advantage.
Well, that was a hard pill for us to swallow, but I think we're getting our head wrapped around it. And
one thing, let me add this, okay? When you are aggressively paying off your house, whether it's with a 15-year mortgage or a 30-year and you're just paying extra payments or what have you, you have to think about the fact of what is that really accomplishing. It's taking good hard-earned cash that you have earned and putting it into a place that's really locked up.
Yep.
Right? If I have $100,000 of equity in my house and something terrible happens and I can no longer work, or I need it for a great opportunity, like an opportunity that maybe a 20% return on an investment or something like this, the only way I can access that money is by borrowing it back.
Yeah.
Or selling the house that I may want to stay in.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've effectively taken free cash and put shackles on it.
Yeah.
I've locked it up. Put it in jail. Yeah.
Money jail.
So anyway, that's just some things that we kind of accept as normal, and in the meantime, we're putting ourselves at more risk for not being able to take advantage of opportunities.
Well, I know that we've learned a lot with working with you, and and we appreciate that. And we appreciate you being on the show today.
Well, I think you guys are bringing massive value to your audience. This town, Mobile, like I said, is really impressive to me.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking around downtown, had some great meals while we were down here. Went to Dolphins.
I would know, but the food is awesome.
So that's the only reason I come to Mobile.
Hey, what are you talking about? That's
I
the
did
only
too.
reason you come to Mobile.
Yeah, it's got good food.
It just
It's exciting though. I saw there's a brewery now down there.
That's the coffee.
I would expect there to be several good breweries down here
Yeah.
soon. I don't know, but
It's moving that way. It's trending into a lot more, I guess, interactive downtown where there's.
That's right.
It's not just business buildings anymore. It's, you can walk into them and you have like microbreweries, you have restaurants, you have shopping. So
I go to City Hope Church over in Malvis, and they actually just announced last month that they're going to be opening a new campus in Midtown.
wow.
Yeah, so
Very cool.
they're spread from Foley to Bay Minette to out in Mobile, but they're going to be opening a new campus right in Midtown. So they're seeing the growth too. A lot of people are seeing the growth. All right, well, I'm Todd Holt with Jasonville Real Estate. Thank you for your time to watch, and
I'm Blake Ray.
And this is Joey Murray with Wealth Without Wall Street. Did I say that?
yes.
Yeah,
And hey,
I was focusing on Murray, and I was like, crap, I just forgot the business name. This is Joey Murray with Wealth Without Wall Street. How can I get in touch with you if they want some guidance on this?
go to our website. We have a lot of great resources, wealthwithoutwallstreet.com. Our podcast, you can listen to our podcast on there. You can download some video series that we have, whatnot. But one little last plug I want to add for these guys. If you are interested in getting into real estate investing, you really need to hear about deals before they hit the MLS almost.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there are great deals still on MLS.
There are a lot of vultures watching it, though.
These guys can help you navigate that. But if you're in the market and you're trying to create wealth through real estate, like we talked about today, you really need to have somebody in your back pocket. And these guys are aggressive, they're hustlers. There's nobody else I know that's out there doing a show like this to add value to their audience. And so that tells me they're out there, they're working hard for you, and they'll do that on the real estate side as well. So they didn't ask me to do that. I'm just telling you, you need to have somebody like them to help you navigate that.
All right. Awesome. Thank you,
That
Joey.
was not a paid endorsement.
Yeah. Have a good one. Thanks.